What's going on out there, y'all? Y'all see I'm on my computer. I'm trying to make it happen. I can't quite figure it out, but I guess okay. By the way, the dude who set my computer up when I move this thing, I'll be able to see my face. I guess. All right. So let me see what that concurrent viewers. Man, I'm gonna have to switch to these big old bifocals so I can see everybody, man. Taz, what's going on, man? Sudoku Indoquani, how you doing? Key Harrison. Oh, okay. See, I see over here. Like I said, y'all know I'm not too computer savvy, and I got a partner, man, who hooked up my computer so I can stream and do these reaction videos. And I'm still trying. Yeah, Deontay Curry, what's up with it, man? I'm a little lost, man. I'm still trying to figure everything out. Otto Young, what's going on? Speedy Dog. Oh, Speedy Dog say, chill. My name is Speedy from East Side BHW. Is that Bannon? If that's East Side Bannon, yeah, I ran across a few of your homies up in there, man. They was chilling, man. Mr. Knock on Wood. Yeah, I do. I think I may have a few prison stories. Jim Gus. I mean, a few prison photos. BNK 2006. Thanks to my mom's belt, I never did time. Yeah, shout out to your mom, man. She definitely had you on the right path, which is a commendable thing. Trick, what's up with it, Taz? Spoon, what's going on, man? How you been, man? Mr. T Knot. Brad G, SD Flight 88. What it do, homie? Um, Mr. T Knot, he got a good question. Uh, he said, how does the Crip car in whole interact with the Hoover car? Well, for the most part, unless it was like just, cats that the Hoovers didn't get along with on the street, everybody was pretty much cordial for the most part. Speedy Dog, what's going on? Okay, from Bounty Hunter Watts. Okay. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I ran across a few of your homies up in there, man. Stretch, the dude who was on the Banging on Wax, Big West, Psych, Brazy. Psych was from what's that other part of the Bounty Hunters y'all got? One of your homies named Maniac. Curtis Shelton said, how much money do you think you spent in prison? That's a good question. Somebody asked me that not too long ago. And yeah, man, at least probably for the first, I don't know, 10 to 15 years, probably about $140 a month. Curtis, B Santana, what's going on? Yeah, Eastside Dino. Yeah, I know, man, I know Money Mun from PPHG. I know, from Top Gang. I can't come up with his name right now. I know Gangster D from PPHG. What was his name from Top Gang? Oh, Fox. Yeah, Fox. Oh, Trick say that's a good question. When you gonna get a Cambodian, an Asian homie to do an interview? Hey, well, you know what? I got one that I just talked to about a week ago. And what happened was my cameraman, he was immobile for a minute, but now everything should be good. And so hopefully next week or the week after we'll get out there and we're interviewing. Maurice Jernigan says, what up, my brother? Love your stories and love the fact you didn't fuck off your name doing your bid. I did 21 from 95 in Arizona prison and kept my name super solid like you. Hey, much love and respect, Maurice. Maybe at some point in time, man, I can get with you for a possible interview, man, if you don't mind. So I'll try to have my moderator drop my motherfucking email up in here. Damn it, I keep forgetting, man. I can't cuss on here. Damn, I'm gonna have to try to. try to eliminate that or something so I can monetize this live or whatever. Hector Gomez says, get 187 Speedy Dog. Hector Gomez says, were you busted with any San Diego cats? Yeah, of course. I was locked up basically with pretty much everybody from any major city in California, you know. I knew a lot of San Diego cats, Crips, a lot of Bloods. Oh, call slipping, what's up, man? He said, did you do time with any Altadena Block Crips? Yeah, man, I had a good buddy, man. We used to rap and kick it all the time down there in Ironwood. His name was Stacks, dark-skinned dude. He used to beatbox. I heard that he got out and ended up getting killed, man. And yeah, my partner Stacks, man. A few other dudes too. I think I had a partner named Ernie. I think he was from ABC, and named Sky. I don't know if he was from there. Nito 209. Mr. 40 Pitts or something, excuse me, says Fox still alive. No, Fox passed away, man, maybe about 3 or 4 years before I got out in 2018 from what I'm hearing. And y'all, speaking of Fox, man, I got some new just tell me what I owe you t-shirts on my website. So y'all be sure to hit my website, man, 16tolife.com. And actually, that's what I was waiting for to get my t-shirts up there before I gave y'all another Fox story. So I will be getting to another Fox story real soon, man. Somebody, yeah, y'all smash the like button, man. Bad Guy Fly asked me, have you heard about Crip Mac? Oh, most definitely. Yeah, I've seen Crip Mac. Curtis Shelton, good looking on the shout out, man. I'm from Stockton, Crow Valley. Have you ever ran into any Bloods from Stockton? Any Bloods? Probably so. I can't remember. I had a celly one time from West Side Photo, but I definitely pretty sure I have. I just have to at the moment. I'm trying to think real quick on the fly. JT said, you ever did time with anybody from Elsinore? Oh yeah, a whole lot of dudes from Elsinore, man. Four Corner Hustlers. The other one, is it called? The park out there. Man, I can't think of nothing right now. Yeah, but a lot of dudes from Four Corner. From Lake Elsinore, period, man. What was his name, man? Oh wow, man, that's crazy. My mind is blank right now, man. But plenty of dudes from out there, man. Man, I'm trying to think, man. What was old boy's name, man? From Yarborough Park. Yeah, from Yarborough Park. Big Swift. What was his name, man? Something P. Whole bunch of cats. I can't think right now, but yeah, most definitely, man. Mars Mateo. No, I didn't cut my own hair. Every now and then I would, but if I was going on a visit or something, we had certain barbers in there that I'd go to. QP say, what up, Chill? What you think we can do about this nonsense going on in LA, man? Yeah, since I'm not from LA, I don't exactly know, man, but I do know it's nonsense killings going on everywhere, man. And I think at some point in time, we just need to realize, man, that killing each other is not the answer, man. Everything is so different from when I initially went in, man. I'm talking about, you got Crip sets into it with Crip sets, Blood sets into it with Blood sets, and just it's crazy, man. Deontay Curry said, did I function with any Sacramento niggas, man? Actually, yeah, I functioned with a lot of different dudes, man. I didn't really have no certain dudes from certain spots I wasn't gonna mess with, man. One of my favorite partners, man, one of the best rappers I ran across in the pen, his name was Freddie Mac. He was from Sacramento. He was a Blood. Sharon Span, come on back to VA, man. I definitely plan to head back there sometime this summer. It was real nice down there, and this time, the first time I went, I only stayed for a week, but I plan on staying about 2 weeks. Trail Stevens or Steffens, how you doing, man? Mr. Knock on Wood. Think it's time I start doing vlogs. Yeah, well, I'm gonna definitely try to expand, man. I was also thinking about JT Big Swift. That's my fam. Yeah, we was locked up in Ironwood, man. Used to rap and stuff together all the time. But yeah, I was also thinking about possibly starting another YouTube channel because when by me doing the prison channel. When I started off doing the prison channel, a lot of my viewers seem like they want to just lock me into a box. They just only thing, that's all they want. So I'm possibly start another channel, because like I say, I got a funny personality. I like to do practical jokes and all type of stuff. So I may want to pull the boxing gloves out and invite a few cats to hop in the boxing ring. And so, yeah, I may go to another channel where I can, show a bit more of my personality. G Foster, okay, I got a G Foster JT. What's going on? Yeah, JT said Big Swift is his family. You hit me yesterday about a cat that wanted to interview. Okay, I got a G Foster. I'm a little bad, homie. I admit at checking at my Instagram, so I definitely have to go on there and check it out. Sharon Span, shot from VA. I appreciate it. Dom G. Y'all really be having game systems up in there. It all depends on what prison and institution and state you in. I know Arizona and all that stuff have them. Now some dudes from California, they got shipped to other states due to overcrowding, and they had them, but we never had them in California. Somebody asked me, it looks like Salinas or Saul. Did I ever read any Donald Goins books while incarcerated? Well, no, I never. Well, actually, I mean, I may have read a few while I was incarcerated, but I first became introduced to Donald Goin books when I was in Montana by talking to some of them pimps out there. And so yeah, I read all the Donald Goins, all the Iceberg Slim books while I was in Montana. And my favorite one, well, first off, I prefer Iceberg Slim over Donald Goins because I like fiction. I mean, I like nonfiction over fiction. But my favorite book from Donald Goins probably would be Whoreson. That was a good one. Black Girl Lost was a good one. Dope Fiend was a good one. Only thing about his books is that I didn't really like. He'd uh he'd kill off the characters at the end. His books would suddenly end. And I read another book called Donald Goins Writes No More. And the dude was talking about in the book how Donald Goins was a dope fiend. I think in the span of like maybe, I don't know, 5 years, he made a whole bunch of books. And that was the reason he was writing so many books. It was because to get the, when he finished, to get the advance. So for those of you guys who may not know, Donald Goins ended up getting killed. Him and his wife. Somebody ran in the house and killed him, and I think they had their daughters in there, like 4 and 6 or 4 and 2, somewhere around there. But they didn't mess with the daughters and stuff. Yeah, the name of the book though was Donald Goins Writes No More. I think it was named by Eddie. I forget the dude with the name who wrote the book, but it was a real good book though. Ernest Moore, what's going in? What's going on? Greenville, North Carolina, tapping in. QP say bang that like button. I appreciate that, man. Nito 209. Did you ever chill with cats from Modesto? Modesto. I definitely did some time with some dudes from Modesto when I was at SADF in Corcoran. I can't remember right now, right off the top. But yeah, I definitely did. Justin Trouble. Yeah, Taz, you already know it, man. I gotta diversify my portfolio, man. I gotta try to expand and do as much as possible. Like I say, these cats on this channel here, they only, they want to try to just pigeonhole me. So yeah, I may definitely go do that, man. Hey, I appreciate that, G Foster. I'll definitely look into it, man. Red UB. Hey, I appreciate it. Much, he said, much love, chill. Brandon Person. Oh yeah, seen people get their food took. Brandon Person asked me have I ever seen somebody get their food took? Most definitely. But probably more in the county jail, probably more in the county and stuff. But from time to time, people would take people's whole packages in the pen and stuff if they felt you was weak or I seen that too. Sometimes they run up in the cell, take your brand new shoes, all that type of stuff. Salim Yusuf, what's going on, man? St. Louis, all right, I appreciate it. How you doing? Salinas, okay. Salinas, yeah. What's up with it? The fly girl in California prison. The fly girl in the California prison system. Anyone who is mixed with black, who do they hang with? Oh, well, of course they hang with blacks, man. That would be something extremely funny. Seeing a dude who was half black, half white, hanging with the whites. They definitely wouldn't accept nothing like that. Conquest said, yo, you've come far. You come from far. Hey, bless up. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. 33K underscore J. Hey, man, thank you. I appreciate it, man. He say, chill, bro. You the GOAT. Don't stop your grind, man. Chicago checking in. Hey, man, what's going on, man? And since you from Chicago, you most definitely be safe out there, man. You know, when I got out, that was one of the things that I dived into the Chicago culture, because when I was locked up, I used to see, 7 or 8 dudes killed over the weekend, 30, 40 people shot. And I was wondering what the hell is going on out there. So, yeah, you definitely stay safe, man. Jay De Niro, you seen somebody extorted all the time, man. Seen dudes extorted all the time in one frame or in one way or another. Dom G said, yeah, for real, for real. I'm mixed, Japanese, black, and Filipino. Just pick or they choose for me. Yeah. Ricardo May, what's going on, man? That looks like, I can't pronounce your first name. Look like, oh yeah, man, I've been locked down with a lot of cats from the 40s, man. Most definitely. Oh, it's going pretty fast now, y'all, so I can't call out all the names. Mr. Colvin, is there anything specifically that you have nightmares about from prison? Oh yeah, from time to time, man, I'll have a nightmare or something that I didn't got caught up in some type of situation and I'm headed back, or I'll be dreaming that I'm in there waiting to come home and I get busted with a cell phone. Things like that I still have from time to time. Hey, good looking out, SD Flight 88. Yeah, y'all definitely be sure to check out my website, man, 16tolife.com. And I also added some new hoodies on there, man. My 16 to Life hoodies. I added the white Yard Down hoodies. Y'all definitely y'all be sure to check that out, man. Hey, SD Flight 88, I get at you too, man. A diesel ran into me about 2 days ago on the freeway, man. Yeah, mashed my whole back end up and stuff. So I've been trying to get resituated with my ride and all that old type of stuff. East Songbirds say, how common are white Serranos in prison? Not common at all. I don't know, but I think I may remember seeing 2 or 3, but they're not that common at all. I probably saw more black Serranos in prison than I did white Serranos. Righteous One. Yeah, there are there are a lot there are a lot of non-affiliates, and sometimes, yeah, they try to sell together. Sometimes you may find one in the cell with a gang member. It just all depends, though. QP say, is it true that Samoans and Tongans don't function with the brothers? Yeah, well, for the most part, they don't. They function with the other car. Actually, uh, you won't see it too often at any race that's a Crip or a Blood on the streets from black gangs. When they go to prison, they normally run with their race. Every now and then you might see an Asian Crip who's running with the blacks or whatever. But for the most part, they go with their race. I don't know, why they don't push with the blacks, but they all go with the under what's called the Asian car or the other car, and that just consists of basically a other in California prison is anything other than the major 3 groups, which is Hispanic, black, and whites, with the exception of the Indians. The Indians don't run with the other car. They have their forget what they call it. Oh, Native American. Yeah, that's who they hang with. Oh yeah, man, most definitely, Taz. I got a little lower back problems and some headaches, man. And it was a big rig that ran into the back of me. So I'll I'll get compensated, man. Did he say any music videos coming soon? Yeah, I'm trying to work on, like I was saying, my dude who shoot my videos, he was out of the picture for a minute, but I'm trying to. I don't know if some of y'all heard that song, that the intro song, on some of my videos. So I'm gonna probably do that. Try to get that done soon, and start working on some new music too. Yeah, Seduzo in. Man, every time I see your name, man, I mess it up. Duduzo Doquani. Any music coming out soon? Yeah, I got to start working on some new music too, man. Righteous One. Yeah, I was locked up with a few non affiliates. Matter of fact, Oh yeah, man. See, I always do that. I go from one thing to the other. Dang, what was that question? And see now this thing, I don't know how to make this go back down. Let me see. Can I bring this back down? Oh yeah, there. Oh, okay. All right, so I can slow this down some. Yeah, y'all. I'm starting to work on my computer a little bit more and try to figure this thing out a little bit, man. I just been having this thing sitting up for the longest. But okay, let's get rid of that. Uh-oh. I just messed up, y'all. I accidentally made the questions disappear, and I might not be able to figure out how to get them back. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I figured it out. Um, yeah. Actually, man, Melvin Farmer was in the car with me when the diesel hit me, man. So, yeah, we was gonna get an interview done today, but turned out we didn't. It turned out we couldn't make it happen. But actually, I got a couple interviews with him, but I just didn't really like the way they came out. So we're gonna try to get a better one. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Richard May say, chill, you a gangster and a gentleman, man. We appreciate you. No cap. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate you for supporting my channel and recognizing things like that, man. You know. What's going on, Brad G? Brad G say, don't make me put down my purse and pick up my wallet. Hey, most definitely, man. Hey, look, y'all. And you know, because it's all elements of prison. You know, like you say, you have some fighting going on. You have some homosexuals up in there and stuff like that. There are a few notorious homosexuals who was up in there. One by the name of Purple Passion. I never ran across the dude, but, you know, they say he was about 6'4", you know, 230, 40 pounds, you know, big old giant dude back when they had the weights, man. So I'm trying to run across some of these older dudes who may have been done time with them, man. They say these dudes will knock you out and leave a snicker on your chest and all type of stuff, man. It's a few of these dudes that's extremely reputable, you know. And like I say, all elements of prison make up my show, man. So, you know, I'm definitely trying to run across somebody who did some time with some of those guys. And also, you guys, I finally ordered me a mic. I was doing some research and stuff because, like I say, I'm a little slow when it comes to this technology and type stuff. But I finally ordered me a mic a couple days ago. I ordered a Blue Yeti, and I guess it's a USB mic. It plugs into my computer here, and because I know sometimes my audio is not that great. So eventually I'll have that, and I can have that, and then I can my audio be better. But now the bad part about it is I won't be able to do the videos in my car, and I like that because um I can just do the videos in my car, upload them, and have them up on YouTube in probably 3 or 4 minutes. The reason why I don't do videos much, I got a little camera and stuff. I can record the videos, but then when I record the videos on there, the dude who does my editing, he has to import it from the camera into the computer. Then he has to export it, and sometimes it takes 8 9 hours, and depending on what he's got going on. So that's why I kind of just like to use my little phone. It's just quick and fast. Now I can use the computer right here too, and it's just as fast as well. So but now the camera on this computer is not as good as my the camera on my iPhone. So Curtis Shelton said, "Have you ever seen a black wood?" No, man, and it was crazy, right? Cause because I was thinking of like doing some type of skit like that, coming up with some type of skit. I just think that would be hilarious, some white dude or black dude who runs with the whites, and so yeah, that would be crazy. Chris Pryor, what's going on, man? And I'm gonna try to get me an interview. God is Curtis Shelton. God is good, bro. Hit by a big truck and still hearing okay. Yeah, it slammed. I was on the freeway, man, and it slammed into the back of me. Salim Yusuf, you should do a song with Jay Stone from '60s. Yeah, sometimes it's not always easy, to get with these dudes and do a song, man. But yeah, I definitely would be down, man. As long as I'm not on a song where a cat is he gang banging and dissing other hoods, man. Like I say, I had my share of controversy and bull stuff, and I definitely trying to stay out the way, man. Nirma Ahmad. I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name. Excuse me, Chris Pryor, Elijah, Colorado fan. Been watching your videos a while. Support all you for your commitment. Thank you. Hey, yeah. I was out, Elijah. I was out there in Denver for a while when I was on the run, man. I was in Aurora, but I slid through Denver a few times, man. The 5 Points, and I was out there in Park Hill, went through a lot of clubs down there in Denver. Africa Booty Bandit say he wants some music, brother. I am in Kenya. Well, I'm definitely gonna try to get you some music pretty soon, man. I got a cousin out there. My cousin is in man, he is he in Mombasa, something like that? Is he's in Kenya. Somewhere out there, man. Yeah, I'll send the music to Kenya if you guys can get it out there, most definitely, man. Michelle Johnson says, blessings with the accident. And thank you. I appreciate it, man. You ever get stolen from in prison? Nah, I never got stolen from, Jay. And to be honest, that was one thing that in the event had I did, it probably would have made me just go crazy. Cause when I first came to prison, it was real respectful, man. So if a person steal from you, that's something that's seen as very, very disrespectful. Um, Richard May say, how many kids you got? Well, Richard, I don't never answer any personal questions, man, because from time to time we get these weirdos on here stalking and all types of stuff. So, I never answer like personal questions. Corleone, Corleone Pate, what's my opinion on Crip Mac? Oh man, well Crip Mac is doing his thing, man. He's in his own lane, of course, what he got going on is what he got going on, man. Some people find the dude entertaining and stuff, but he definitely getting his bread. I can't hate on him about that, But hopefully hopefully the brother stays safe, man. Like somebody was saying earlier, it's serious out there in LA and all the other big cities, man. This gang stuff is at an all-time high, man. Yeah, Southpaw, you got a great point, man. He said all that gang banging music is what's trending. Yeah, especially what he said he missed Tribe Called Quest and Grave Diggers. Yeah, the drill music, all these rappers, a lot of that stuff sound the same, and so yeah, you're definitely right, man. Go DJ say, how'd I get caught from being on the run, man? I don't know. They eventually found out where I was staying. I was living in the city of Fontana, man, and matter of fact, I just came back from Denver, got off the plane on a Sunday, and came out the house in the morning to go to the studio, and the police ran up on me, man. Taz said, chill. Why you look like that when you said the bandit's name? Oh, I don't know, man. How did I look, man? Oh, excuse me, or Corleone Pate. I got a bad habit of digressing, man, and moving on from people's questions unintentionally. What was your question, Corleone? Let me maybe I don't know. I'm gonna see. Maybe I can go back and try to find it. Oh, Corleone, I did answer your question, man. You asked me what was my opinion on Crip Mac. I did answer the question, man. Yeah, I said, the dude is doing his thing. I said, but he's definitely entertaining, man. He's entertaining. But at the same time, hopefully he's got to be careful. That gang banging stuff in LA is serious, man. Yeah, most definitely, Larry Young. It's dangerous, man. It's dangerous, and when other people out there doing their thing, I really prefer not to because in my opinion, it's easier to have more success on YouTube when when you dealing in controversy and you talking about other people and this and that. So that's why I try to stay away from the names that's that's on their controversy, man. Whatever I will do on YouTube, I'll enjoy just doing it on my own merits, man. Not trying to capitalize off the off controversy, because at some point in time, man, them dudes may have to answer to some of that stuff. See, and then a lot of people have to realize too, man. It be so many questions on here. I can't answer all the questions. It's just hard to get to every single question, man. Um, Deuce the Factor said, "Chill, tell us a Black Southsider story." Well, there was this Southsider in Ironwood, man, and his name used to just drive me crazy, man. They used to call him Buckwheat. And he was about 5'6", 5'7". He played basketball real good. And I just imagine him getting his name, hanging around his hood and his homies, and they just basically teased him because he was black, because Buckwheat, y'all know the character from the Little Rascals and stuff. But outside of that, he was cool. I'd say what's up to him from time to time, and just, you know, hey, Larry Young, I appreciate it, man. He say never gave me therapy. It's so slept on. Why did they do Stacy like that, man? Yeah, in my opinion, man, they should have left Stacy alone and gave him a pass, man, and kind of like celebrated him for his accomplishments, man. But sometimes, man, that's the bad thing about the brothers that's gang banging and pushing the line, man. Don't nobody get a pass, man. If anybody's looking like a meal, they gonna get him, man. And then I think another bad problem is Stacy played a lot of hard roles in his movies, a lot of gangbangers and this and that, and sometimes people will confuse reality with life, and so um they wanted to see if he was about that life, since he was playing all them hard roles. Not saying that was his fault, but that's how sometimes, man, dudes be, man. It's just sometimes it's hard on the yard, man. And plus a lot of people have seen the dude in a whole bunch of movies, so they was assuming he had more money than he actually had. That was a good story right there. Somebody had asked me earlier, had I seen any extortion. They was actually down there trying to extort him. To keep it real, I kind of went light on the story. I didn't really tell what all was going on, man. So I tried to try to just say a little something without saying a whole lot, man. But yeah, they was on Stacy's helmet real tough down there, man. No, King J, I haven't been back to Montana, and I definitely want to go back out there, man. I'll probably try to get out there. I'll probably try to get out there this upcoming summer. Where I in jail with Chris Brown from Bakersfield? No, you are you talking about that dude who was on that locked up show? I think I seen that, and his name was Chris Brown. But no, I never was locked up with him. But in my opinion, he looked real scared and timid, man. Poor Z said, God showed you mercy to be alive and speaking with us. God uses foods for messages often. We just have to take heed. So I don't know if that's a backhanded compliment or whatever, but yeah, I am happy to be alive, man. Mr. Brooks say, I know you're serious, G. I subscribe to your channel to help you out. I appreciate it, man. So one way y'all can help me out is be sure to watch those commercials, man. I get paid by the commercials, and YouTube doesn't give a definitive amount of time, but I believe you guys have to at least watch 15 seconds or something like that, man. So like I say, I appreciate that, man. Y'all could go ahead and do that. Oh yeah, oh, Taz. Oh, okay, Taz. That's what's up. So you in Seattle. Taz says, I laugh at these cats out here in Seattle trying to be like LA. He find it crazy. Well, the influence from LA is everywhere, man. And it always makes me think of DJ Quick had a song called Just Like Compton. I don't know when it was, back in 91 and 92. And as I went around a certain country, I did see the humongous influence that gangbanging had. And DJ Quick was right, man. Hey, somebody hit me with a super chat, and I can't even tell who it was on this computer, man. Somebody hit me with $4.99 and somebody hit me with $20. So whoever it was, thank you. I deeply appreciate it, man. Like I say, I'm on this new computer setup, and I just see the super chats. And let me see if I click on it, what'll happen. Oh, okay, there it is. All right, thank you. I appreciate it. She says your music and energy is great. I feel like you are very honest. Much love. I thank you. I appreciate it, man. And her name is Keek. Oh, I can't even pronounce your name. Sorry about that. Her name is Keek, Keek, Keek Ow or something like that. Sorry about that. I can't pronounce it. Okay, now I'm able to see the super chats. I'm figuring this stuff out now. Tomato juice. Hey man, thank you. I appreciate it. He hit me with a $20 super chat, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Every little bit helps, man. And then Richard Eddy, hey, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Richard Eddy hit me with $5. And like I say, thank you. I appreciate it. I'ma definitely try to continue to put all this stuff into my little YouTube here and start buying stuff to make it, make it better and figure out the things I need to do and also, videos, all that type of stuff, man. Uh-oh, okay. I don't know what I did something. Richard Eddy says, "Answer my question, G. What was your question, Richard Eddy? Let me see. Did Richard Eddy leave the bread? Okay, okay. Richard left the bread. So we got to definitely make sure. Uh-oh. Let me see. All right. So what was your question, Richard? I don't know if let me try to scroll back up and find it. If not, Richard, if you don't mind, man, just answer it, ask it again, man, and I'll see. Cause like I said, you guys, I got this new computer. My one of my buddies came over here and set this programming up called OBS, and it's real efficient, but I still just got to figure it out, man. Mr. Knock on Wood said, "Chill, have you heard of Tariq Nasheed?" No, I haven't heard of Tariq Nasheed. And what's my thoughts on white supremacy? Well, everybody have their own little bit of ideology and this and that, man. And of course, just white supremacy in itself. I definitely don't believe white people are supreme. So I mean, I don't necessarily believe one race is any more superior than another race. And so it just all depends, man. I try not to get too deep into politics and that type of stuff, because I have viewers of from every race and religion and color and all that type of stuff. So Black pals say, why the Crips go hard against blacks, but against Mexicans they scared? Well, you know what? To give you a truthful answer, I feel that with each generation, man, the blacks get more scary. When I first came to the pen in '96, the older brothers, they wasn't scared of nothing, man. Them dudes was soldiers and stuff. And for the most part, you got a lot of these dudes, man. For one, it's the unity. Brothers don't have no unity, man. Just like, let me give you a quick example. Say, for instance, you're somewhere and, any type of like outside activities going on, like an illegal march or whatever. But do you notice how when they send a large squad of police or whatever, they're all marching in unison, they're stepping, they're walking and they're stomping the left foot all together. And just like the soldiers, they all march with the same way. All that is just like a mental trick, is to scare the people. Like, all these people are united, they're together. And so back to the brothers, by the Hispanics being together, that's one of the things that scares them, and then also knowing that they gonna use them knives and they're not afraid. That's another thing. So, it's just that a lot of times it depends on the individual. You have a lot of brothers who are not afraid of them, but let's say you got 300 essays on the yard. And so if you got 300 essays on the yard, you're probably only gonna have about 150 brothers on the yard. And then out of those 150 brothers, if you only got 50, that's really willing to ride, they're up against it, man. So, it's just not I don't know, it's just not having that, not having that unity first and foremost, and then being scared to really go out there and get cracking, I guess, when they have some, some opposition that's gonna stand up to them, So I don't know, but like I say, when I got to the pen, the older brothers, they was with it, and they wasn't scared of nothing. But each generation, I think, gets weaker and weaker. Um, Dave Dollar said, "How did I feel? How did I here? Hold on, Dave. It's a good question right here. Knock on wood, just real quick, man. He says, are you a foundational Black American? Well, to be honest, I don't even consider myself an American. And first of all, black is well, actually, isn't even a color. But let's go into this right here. So I don't even consider myself black. Black is a color, but then again, black is really not a color. Black is where all other colors come from. But anyway, I don't consider myself an American because all we already know that all and we'll just say black for the sake of the word, but all blacks aren't treated equally. So if you're not treated like um the white people, then you're not an American. It's crazy how we'll see so many. I like to use the word African in America. You know what I'm saying? Because we all come from those people who consider themselves black, we all come from African descent. So just you can take a chicken and take the chicken and raise the chicken with ducks for years and years and years, but it's still gonna be a chicken. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of us being born over here in America, many of us are still from African. In my opinion, we're from African descent, and so with that being said, uh, until we get equal treatment, how can we be Americans? There's not a war in this country that we haven't fought in, but we've never been treated equally or acknowledged. And not to mention that a whole part of America has been built on the backs of slaves, and we still don't get acknowledged. So it's just it's hard to consider yourself an American when you don't get treated equal. But anyway, without getting too political, let me move on, man. And Dave Dollar said, "How did I feel when they took the weights from CMC? I mean, from CDC?" Well, to be honest, I wasn't really affected because by the time I got to prison, they had already took the weights. They had already started to take them, and you can't miss something you ain't never had. Dave Leo says, "Have Northerners and Serenos ever teamed up against the brothers?" I haven't heard of anything happening like that. But I got a homie who's locked up in I believe he's in Salinas right now, and he says right now, because in most prisons that you go to, the Serenos is gonna have the numbers. Well, up there, he said the Norteños have the numbers, and of course, it's a truce between them and the Serenos right now. And he said that in the event the blacks get into it with the Serenos, the Northerners have their back. So they're making it more like a race thing, and which I can't fault them for that. I can't fault them for having racial pride. Who don't have racial pride? You know what I'm saying? So hopefully the brothers who still locked up will acknowledge that, and it'll be more of an incentive for them to come together, man, and start trying to create some unity amongst themselves. Because if they don't, and the Hispanics, the Northerners and the Southerners hook up, it's gonna be hella bad for them, hella bad. So somebody said Fontana off the east side. I was staying on Lime Street. It was across and it's crazy for as good as all the stories I can remember. I'm not good with streets and all that stuff, but it was across what street was that? It was across the main street that runs through Fontana. It was across that in some apartments. What's the name of that street? Foothill. Yeah, it was on the other side of Foothill. Richard Eddy, man, that's a good question, man. How many female guards, man, was giving up the poon? You'd hear about it from time to time. You'd hear about it from time to time. That was definitely that was definitely one of my goals to crack one of the female guards up in there, but I never got the opportunity. And it's crazy that when some dudes, but I've heard of some dudes actually, marrying female guards. Actually, I have a dude who I'm gonna been trying to get an interview with pretty soon. He ended up messing around with a guard and ended up marrying her and everything. She was coming to visit him at another prison, of course. But so yeah, it just all depends. But I'd always trip on when the dudes would start messing with these guards. They just couldn't keep it a secret. They'd have to tell somebody, and then of course it ended up going bad. The dude they tell would, he'd be thinking, well, dang, why does she like him and not me? And just, all types of crazy stuff, man. But them dudes didn't know how to, they didn't know how to crack a female in there and keep their mouth closed. But if I had ever cracked one, nobody would have never known about it. Oh well, yeah, I've definitely seen that. I've definitely seen where we had a standoff a couple of times with the Serranos or the Whites, and they each had each other's back. Yeah, I definitely seen that before. E Songbird say, now I have seen some white and black Norteños. I didn't do a whole lot of time with Norteños. At the end of my sentence, I was at CMC West, and there was a lot of Norteños up there. Actually, that was only three prisons that I was at that had Norteños. It was Salinas Valley, and then I was at SATF, and actually at SATF I went to the hole, and so I was with them in the hole. I wasn't necessarily with them on the main line. And then at CMC West. Chill, you should clip up different stories and funny moments and chop them up for those with short attention spans. Yeah, I may try I may try something like that, man. But in order to get some good bread from YouTube, the video has to be at least about 8 minutes. So, because like I say, we get paid by the commercials that they put in the videos. So, hey, Randy Cooks, thank you, man. He said too many trolls in here, man. Like like your content, chill. Hope you find more success and happiness. Hey, thank you, Randy. I appreciate it, man. Big Merc G. That shit wasn't cool though. Once again, Tomato Juice. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You did try to keep it under wraps. Big Boy 575. The intro bars are hard. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Coos Bay Greg. Oh, I'm doing good, man. How you doing, man? Yeah, Dave Dollar Wap. Yeah, a dollar wop. Yeah, yeah. I definitely felt Chris Brown was scared too, man. Especially when they was talking about how they had rolled the other dude up. He got real nervous then. Marcus McGee. Hey, thank you. Hey, you guys know what I know what I'm gonna do too? Remember how I was telling you guys that Mark McGee said that Stacy episode was classic. Well, I'm gonna try to get the dude who initially encountered. Remember, I was telling you because it was my homeboy who initially encountered Stacy. So I'm gonna try to get him to come on here, and he can do that story, and then he can also speak on a little bit about, because he ended up becoming a Muslim, and so he can talk about that because I get a lot of questions about what were the Muslims doing in prison and stuff like that. So re-up, I guess he's trying to say, did I ever meet any natives? Yeah, I knew a few natives. Larry Youngblood. Oh, not Youngblood, Larry Young 88TM. What's going on, man? Poor Z, no sir, not a backhanded compliment at all. I don't like to see my brothers down bad. So many don't make it home, homie. You did. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I didn't know if you was being funny or what what it was, but it's all good though. MB, what's going on, man? How you doing, man? Hey, Vanessa, how you doing? Uh, Namatasi, I can't see. He says, I think the commercials have to be watched 30 seconds or a minute. Yeah, see, YouTube is not too forthcoming on how long you have to watch them, man. So hopefully, you guys can, even if you have to mute the sound and sit through them and watch them, man. Like I say, that's how we get our bread. Keone, I can't pronounce your last name. He said, I like the content, homie. I'm Hawaiian Samoan from the IE, from that Moval. Hey, much respect, man. Marcus McGee say, I've been putting all my homies on your page. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Mr. Brooks, get right, Mac Mall. Hey, actually, yeah, I was in Denver on the run. That's when I came up on Mac Mall. I started listening to Mac Mall out there, and also Brother Lynch hung. E Songbird, chill. You seem agitated. No, I'm all good, man. I would say about 98% of the time, I'm always in a great mood, man. I was blessed to have a good, a good personality, man, so yeah, everything is good, man. Vanessa say, "Do you want to hang out? I'm in Vegas." Well, I'm not in Vegas, Vanessa. I'm out here in Cali. Were there any guys you met from out of state? Oh yeah, King J. There was a lot of dudes from out of state, man. Damn near almost most states. New York, Detroit, Arizona, Chicago, Philly. But see, the bad part about it is, like, say for instance, there was a dude from New York. Most of the times we just call him New York, so you never really get to know his real name. Like I had a partner from Philly, he used to play basketball all the time. We called him Philly, but I did end up learning his name. His name was Brian something, but for the most part, yeah, when like Seattle, there was a couple dudes from Seattle, but when you meet a dude from out of state, um, that's what they call him by. Black Pow Wow. Black Pow 4-5. You not answering my question. I'm pretty sure Black Pal, I answered a few of your questions, man. But you guys got to keep in mind, man, with so many people hitting me with questions, I can't necessarily answer all the questions. I try to get to all the questions, but I can't necessarily answer them all. So if I don't get to your question, don't feel slighted. It's just that it's a little difficult to answer all the questions. Deuce the Factor say, can you crip walk? No, I don't crip walk, man. Ed Smart, good content. G, I appreciate it. Vanessa, I'm in love with you. Can we get married? I have your name tattooed on me. Oh wow, that's crazy. I appreciate it. Where do you have my name tattooed at? How do I get to see that? David Leo said, have I ever heard of the Norteños and the Serenos teamed up against the brothers, or has it always been beef with the Southsiders? Um, yeah, when I hit the pen, they was beefing, they was beefing. Like I said, I hit the pen in '96, and so for the most part, though, a lot of things dealing with other races, I didn't really get too involved in them. I just kind of like stayed in my lane and stuff. Especially like I say because um the majority of the pens that I was doing time at, it wasn't too many prisons that I was at where the Norteños was at anyway. See, I'm scrolling back up. I just realized that I'm missing a lot of you guys' questions. Like Marcus McGee asked me, did I know Doggy Style? No, I don't know Doggy Style or his pops. Vanessa says she will always love me and want me to marry her. Well, thank you, Vanessa. That's very nice. Tomato Juice said, I mess with your music heavy on Spotify. And thank you. And yeah, I need to start, like I say, making some more music, man. It's just, man, trying to do the interviews, the music and everything. It gets a little overwhelming, but I definitely want to get, definitely want to, definitely want to, start making some more music. And then Richard Eddy, he says, "Did this B just say she got your name tattooed on me?" See, brother, I think that's what we gotta do, man. We gotta get out of the habit of just unnecessarily disrespecting not only women but just anybody. Now, believe me, I'm big on disrespect when it's due. But this young lady, she haven't said anything, man, and it just and I trip on that, right? Because on that how we so freely call women bees now. But back in my day, man, like I say, growing up in the early 80s or whatever, calling a woman that, man, that was automatic. That was automatic squabbles and all types of stuff. But now, I mean, of course, they refer to each other like that as well. But it's still, to me, it's just a disrespectful term. Not to say I don't use it, and I do definitely use it in my music, but I don't try to just unnecessarily, without any justification, disrespect a woman like that, man. I think that's something that we all just get caught up in, man. And I think that's a problem within the black community. I don't even know if Richard Eddy is black or not, but I just know that we're so quick to disrespect each other. And that's why, we have the problems that we have when we go to prison, because we don't practice unity. We don't practice togetherness. So it's hard, man. It's hard to get it together. Now this is something that's interesting right here. Is it Laker hopeful? He said, "You listen to Charleston White? I think that's how I got to your channel. How did you get to my channel by listening to Charleston White?" And no, I don't really listen to Charleston White. I've seen, I mean, he's on YouTube so much. I've seen a few videos of his, and I honestly think the dude is pretty intelligent, but I just think he intentionally says things to shock people and to try to get people's attention. I mean, his whole purpose is to get views and stuff, and so he definitely does that by saying the things that he says, and so yeah. Jaime West, what's going on, man? How you doing, man? Up high, blessing from Los Angeles. I appreciate it, man. What's the worst prison I ever been to? I would probably have to say Salinas Valley. Yeah, Salinas Valley was probably the worst prison, and especially because I got there when it was just opening, and so that's always extra dangerous to open a new prison. Because everybody's jockeying for space and position, and some people, a race may want these particular benches, another race may want these particular bleachers and stuff, and if things is not hashed out, man, sometimes it can get very ugly. And then, like I say, it was a level 4, 180, 3 strikes that just kicked in. Dudes had 75 to life, 150 to life. Nobody thought they was going home. It was just a lot of violence, man. Here's a question by Willow Webb. It says, "Anyone try to take your cheeks?" And I done a couple of videos on that the other day, and I was telling cats that's not as widespread as most people think, man. But no, and honestly, if anybody ever tried that, man, he'd either be dead, or I'd be dead, or I'd be trying to kill him. That's just something that to me that's unacceptable. I would never stand for that, man. And but like I say, now maybe before I came to prison, the years before, that stuff was widespread, but the whole 24 years I was locked down, I only heard of two people claiming that somebody had raped them. So Richard Eddy says Vanessa gonna be looking for me. It kind of seems like it, man. Everybody I know who got out the pen from doing a long time got them glasses. Why is that? Well, actually, these glasses right here are just my reading glasses. And I got these at I got these at a store out here. So I just assumed that since my eyesight is so jacked up, these right here are my regular glasses, my day-to-day glasses. Wow, I'm just noticing that this thing right here is late. It's not live. It's kind of late. But anyway, so by me needing these to read, I figured that when I'm reading, I might as well have a bigger bigger glass to look out of. The dog plug say, do fat guys get six packs up in there, bro? You know what? It just all depends, man. You know, I think that most people probably assume that more people work out in prison than they actually do. I had a cellie one time, though, by the name of Cliff, and he was a big old fat dude. And later on down the line, he ended up transferring and going to West Yard. I ended up going to the hole, man. And he came up in there one day. He had lost so much weight, I didn't even recognize him. He had been working out, and yeah, he had got a six pack and all that type of stuff. But from time to time, you see a lot of people big guys lose weight, but not as much as people would think, you know. Stuart Jefferson, my man Chill, or should I say Uncle Chill, showing love and support. Oh, Chill is good, man. And you guys know it's crazy, right? That a lot of dudes be calling me Uncle Chill and OG and all that, but I don't feel too much older than I did when I left. I guess sometimes they might call it arrested development, man. And I don't feel, you know, only time I really feel older is when I'm, you know, every now and then if I get out there and try to play basketball or I try to jump up on something. I used to be extremely athletic, and now that my athleticism is gone, that's the stuff that makes me feel older. Richard Eddy says, because that's what they give you when you're incarcerated or in the military. I don't quite know what he's referring to on that one. Oh, these glasses right here. Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right, Eddie. Sometimes if people don't have money on their books, they do give them glasses. But actually, in there we have a few different like frames and stuff to pick from. You know, they had I would say, you know, for being in prison, they did have a decent selection of glasses to choose from. Richard Knowledge say, anybody ever tell you you look like Wesley Snipes? You know, I get that a lot since I've been doing YouTube. I never really heard it before, but you know, they tell me I look like Raj from What's Happening, Jordan from the Bernie Mac show. Some people say Patrick Ewing, though I never heard that before until I started doing YouTube. But yeah, any black men that wear glasses. Black Powell says stolen people on stolen land committing treason against each other. Yeah, I could agree with that. Um Tin Tizziness Swan say, what's your thoughts on Slim 400, rest in peace, getting gunned down in the driveway? You think it was random or personal? You know, I always just gotta been of the mindset where I really don't like to make comments on things that I know. I mean things that I don't know, you know. So you know, you never know what how LA is, you know, just, you know, sometimes you can get gunned down by just being in the wrong area. It did seem like the guy who came up to the car said something to him, you know, so I don't know, you know, it's just always hard to say, man. Richard Eddy said Wesley Snipes is black as hell. And no, he don't. Yeah, you know, like I say, any person that's dark and wear glasses, they'll tell me that I look like. Rise in knowledge say, I ever see somebody get beaten, they sleep. Hmm. Not that I can just think about right off the top, but if I sat back and thought about it, it's possible, you know. Sometimes like a lot of the stories that I do, you guys, sometimes I won't even remember, you know, because people want like ask me like, dang, well, how you remember so many stuff? Sometimes I don't remember all those stories, right? I'll be talking to somebody and they'll say, hey man, you remember whoop de whoop, and then oh yeah, yeah. So it's just like, you know, some stories stand out more than others, of course. You know, like I'll never forget the story about when you know when I was in the county jail, and the dude I called Wild D was trying to get the other dude, and the story about the deaf dude, Willis, and some stories just automatically jump out to me. But like I say, sometimes I'll just be talking to somebody and they'll mention the name, and then it'll remind me of a story. Because of course, when we go to prison, we don't. I didn't plan on getting out and telling stories and all this old type of stuff. So you know, um, Kalani says, "To hell with Christmas." East Baltimore said, "Did I ever run across any BGF members when I was locked up?" Yeah, I ran across a few, but by the time I hit the pen in 1996, if they could prove a person was a BGF, he was going to get validated, and basically what that meant was he would get an indeterminate shoe. And the reason being because any gang that was formed in prison, they would lock you up in the shoe for that for basically pretty much forever until you basically debriefed and told them things that most people wasn't going to tell them. That's why they had the lawsuits and the hunger strikes. Dudes sitting up in the indeterminate shoe 25, 30 years. So by the time like it's like now, if you were a Crip or a Blood, for instance, that was considered a street gang, and you was okay with that. They was okay with that. But if you was part of the CCO, the Consolidated Crip Organization, the Blue Note, or maybe the UBN, the United Blood Nation, the Mexican Mafia, the BGF, any gang that was organized in prison, that's what you could get a indeterminate shoe for. And so, with that being said, the BGFs, they would, if they were BGF, they wouldn't tell you or make it known, and sometimes, I think I forget the exact nature of how it went, but the prison would have to use what they call like three different points to validate you. So it could be like maybe a tattoo, it could be pictures with other BGF members, it could be writings and letters and stuff like that. So anybody who was from a prison gang was trying to keep that stuff under wraps once they started um giving people indeterminate shoes. I don't know if a lot of cats know Monster Cody. Now they deemed him to be part of the CCO. I believe it was, yeah, the CCO, Consolidated Crip Organization. So every time he came to prison, they would put him straight in the shoe, regardless of if he came, 10 years from the last time. So, uh, like I say, with all that being said, a lot of the BGFs didn't make themselves known. Oh, hell no, man. E Songbird say, if I think the Norteños and the Sureños will unite, if do I think if the Norteños and the Sureños unite, will the blacks and the whites? Is that what he's trying to say? Because he says, chill, do you think if this Norteño and Sereno unite, blacks and whites will unite? Oh, yeah, hell no, man. For whatever reason, um, and this is just the sad truth of the matter, most races consider themselves better than blacks. I mean, I don't know one race in America that doesn't look down on the blacks. So yeah, but no, they would never, the whites would never unite with the blacks. Jaime White says, yes, they are. It is what they call a brown thing. And I can't be mad about it, man. I can't be mad about uh individuals putting their race, putting their problems aside for the betterment of their race. Bridge Kid said, you gonna interview Charleston White. No, I'm not gonna interview Charleston White. Didn't don't plan on that. Black Powwow. The whites have an alliance with the Mexicans. Oh, most definitely. Yeah, yeah. Coos Bay Greg. Foothill. Richard Rise Knowledge. Uh, you sell any shirts at that barbecue you went to? Oh yeah, I sold a bunch of shirts. I'm pretty sure it's a portion of where I was selling some shirts on there. But yeah, I made a nice piece of change out there. Um, Dave Leo said, "What do the blacks think about the end of hostilities?" Well, it would be hard for me to form of opinion about what the majority of the blacks say. I mean, what they think. Uh, that's a good question. Kalani Kalani Wade say, "How you feel about the whites put white proud in their body or on their body, but we put blood and Crips killer and stuff?" Yeah, it's sad, but now don't get me wrong. You have a lot of people in jail with black. I didn't see Crips and Bloods also have black pride on their body, but then it's kind of like an oxymoron if you got black pride on your body, but you're pushing a Crip or a Blood gang. So we definitely need to get it together, and I'm not gonna lie. That's one of the things that would make me feel foolish when I was in prison and be standing in line or something, and you might see a white guy. He may have a tattoo that said, that had some racial tattoo, or that's might have said, he had Hitler tattooed on him, or a Ku Klux Klan hood guy. I felt kind of stupid for being in jail, for black on black crime when it was dudes in prison like that who hated me just because the color of my skin. So, just to keep it 100, that is something that made me feel foolish when I see stuff like that. Uh, Top Dollar King said, "Have I ever did time with Big Petey Wack from '60s?" Nah. Uh, Big U was my next door neighbor. Well, two doors down when I was in Ironwood, but not Petey Wack. I never ran across any vice lords. And Jalen Jackson says, "What was the vice lords like in the Cali prison?" I never ran across any vice lords. Future Mills, "How hard is it for the non-affiliate, non-gang member blacks, for example, bro, in that pen for DUI or bar fighting?" It just all depends on the individual and how he carries himself. I didn't see many non-affiliates get along just fine. They come out play. Some of them come out play basketball, hang with the gang members and all that. So it just depends on how a person carry himself, man. But for the most part, I don't. I'm not seeing a lot of non-affiliates messed with just due to the fact they're non-affiliates. For the most part, they don't get bothered. Um, Bridge kids say, "Why y'all couldn't just piece up as convicts and turn on the guards?" That's a great question, man. And what it all boils down to is just it's been so much ignorance and dumb stuff in the past between people that it's just a lot of immaturity, man. They can't see that, and the guards love that the different races are at odds with each other, because of course it keeps the attention of the convicts and focus off them. But yeah, that's a good question, man. And like like a lot of people say, in other prisons they don't have this racial segregation like California has. Damien something, CPO Scipio says, "Give us a story about when you became a better man." Well, you know what? It was just I can't really say an exact time. It was all just a process. It was over a period amount of time. I'd see certain little things that would make me think or act differently, but at the same time, being in that environment, it's some things you have to do. So, it's just like I say, it was just a maturation process, but I can't necessarily pinpoint when exactly it was. Maybe sometime around 2015, 2016, when I was really trying to go home and started taking a lot of the uh um self-help classes and stuff. So, Tomato Juice say, "What got me into music, man? Just, I would have to say the Sugar Hill Gang, that song. What was it? Rapper's Delight? Oh, no, no, no. Uh The Message. Yeah, The Message by Sugar Hill. J Mac, what it do, man? Cordell Thomas, say chill. Are you equal opportunity? Yeah, that's a yeah, man. That's a yo, yeah, man. Yeah, chill. Yeah, yo, yeah, man. Are you an equal opportunity employer? Yeah, that was a line. That was that was a line from my boy Fox, man. Hey, that would be man, that would be so funny, man, if that dude was still alive, man. The dude was hilarious, man. But yeah, I'm an equal opportunity employer, man. Miller City, what's cracking, man? Cody Jamerson from Lynchburg, VA. Lawrence Boatman. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Black Powwow. Blacks break up into so many factions it causes no unity, and none have racial pride. Most definitely, man. And that's that statement right there is really a statement that would just lead me into a longer response. But for the most part, I think it is, um, with each generation, they know the struggle of blacks less and less and less. You know what I'm saying? I grew up I was born in 71. And so, when I grew up, you didn't have a whole lot of black people on TV. And so anytime you would see a black person doing something, you would automatically root for that person. You know what I'm saying? And so I just think that now that the people up under me, they know less and less about the struggle, and they care less and less about the struggle. Just like my generation, we didn't know as much about the struggle of blacks as the generation for us. And when the unity of the community end up breaking up, it just you have people who just care less. I remember one time I was about 9 or 10, and we were throwing rocks at cars at a picnic, and this other car came by, and one of the dudes would say, don't throw a rock at that car, they're black. And so I just, I don't think that people have that. They don't, the younger generation, they don't care. They don't know the struggle, and so they just care less and less. Because when I came to the pen in 96, a whole lot of the cars were united. By the time I left, so many different cars who used to be united were into it with each other. And I've seen it in all the cars: the Compton and Watts, the Hub and the Dub. The neighborhood cars was fighting amongst themselves. Only cars I didn't really see it was the Hoovers, and the East Coasts. But outside of that, the 60s and the 40s, they was into it. Different gangster sets was into it. You even had Bloods into it with Bloods. When I first came to the pen, that was unheard of on a wide scale. Of course, you're gonna have this blood may not like that blood, and they gonna fight each other and this and that. But I'm talking about on a wide scale, this hood versus that hood, little melees and stuff. You never seen that. And then initially, when I first came to the pen too, it was still a whole lot of Crip love. Two Crips could still catch a head up fade. Then later on in the game, if that would happen, more than likely, their whole car would get into it. So it just, but I can't fault them. I can't fault the younger generation for doing what they doing, because to keep it real, at a point in time, I was young and dumb and doing stuff then that I frown on now. So I can't, act all high and mighty and, hold my nose. So I just, hold my nose and look down at them. I still try to spread a little knowledge, man. But I still have to have a lot of understanding, because that's at a point in time, I was doing the same stupid stuff. I done a whole lot of stupid stuff, man. And so, that's just how the game go. But I think it's up to dudes who older and have the knowledge to, to try to help and talk to the younger generation. Oh, somebody said, "What do you think about Slim 400?" I never heard the dude's music or anything like that, right? But any loss of life at this stage in the game, man, is horrible. It's a bad thing, especially when, you know, like I say, no one person is more important than another person. But when you get older, it's a trip to see that these cats, they out here rapping, they having a little money, and some of them still want to be involved in the streets and stuff. Where the initial goal of hustling or trying to rap or whatever is to get out of that type of atmosphere. But I think sometimes the more famous that a person gets, the more we all become blinded by the initial goal. So it's just tragic, man. It's just tragic. And I really think it's crazy that we just continuing to kill off the culture. Harris Values, what's going on? MB, what's up with it, man? Tomato Juice say Brother Lynch Hung is a savage. Yeah, I like that first. I liked his first album, man. But by the second album or two, when he got to talking about eating babies and all that stuff, that was a little bit too much for me, man. Rise and Knowledge says, I told you, Josh, I don't have your money. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, man, that's another story I'll never forget, man. That was real funny, man, because I wish everybody could have just seen how meek and harmless Josh looked, man. And he looked like he wouldn't hurt a fly, but when the dude called him out of his name, and man, he just went crazy. And then the tough looking dude, Psycho, he just balled up and stuff. So that was, that was hilarious, man. And then, that was a situation that I've seen happen often in prison. Now the guards come over there because now when the guards look up, Josh is assaulting Psycho in their mind. So now Josh can't say, well, hey, this dude was over here messing with me or whatever. You just gotta, you gotta shut up and ride it out, man. Harris Values says Muskogee 918, Muskogee, Oklahoma. Hey Harris, we used to have our family reunions back there in Muskogee. I have some family that's back there and stuff. I forget the names. My mom had told me one of the dudes is a preacher though. He preaches at some church outside of Muskogee. But yeah, we used to go back there often for family reunions. Oh yeah, Jack Tripper said definitely got to hear more stories about the pimp cat, man. I'll probably give y'all a story about him next week. Like I was telling everybody earlier, I've got some t-shirts on my sites now and with Fox, and actually it's an actual picture of Fox, and I had just been procrastinating, like I said, because I don't know how to put the t-shirts up, so I was procrastinating on having them put up, but they're fine. They're finally up. So man, if y'all like Fox, man, go get you one of them t-shirts, man. That picture is the actual, black and white picture of the original Fox. Haitian Warrior King says, bro, this is my first time catching live, man. Never been to prison. When I was doing stupid stuff, listening to your stories helped me more to stay solo and move forward. Stay blessed. Amen. Thank you. I appreciate it, Haitian Warrior King. Cause hey, listen, take my take my word, man. Going to prison is definitely a big waste of time, man. And it's a trip that a lot of us live a life that's gonna land us in prison and stuff. But when we get up in there, we try so hard to get out. Rise of knowledge. Anybody ever tell you look like Eddie Murphy on Golden Child? No, I never heard that one before, man. Oh yeah, Dave Dollar Wop. I ran across a lot of New York cats, man. What happened? Yeah, man. I've somebody YouTuber said have I ever seen a white dude crip walk in the pen? Yeah, I did, man. Ulysses Brooks, what's going on? Isaac with jeans. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Jason Bernard was just thinking about you, bro. Glad to see you live. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for tapping in, man. Yeah, Black Pal 445. Yeah. Yeah, man. At some point in time, it seems like blacks would wake up and come together, man. But so far, not yet, man. Lawrence Downs said, "Have you ever lost a fight in the pen?" Well, to be honest, no. I didn't have a whole lot of fights in the pen. Maybe I don't know. Maybe let me see, Jamaica. Maybe about 5 or 6. But no, I honestly never lost a fight. Philip Brown. I don't know. Well, he says, when you were doing time, did you know of anyone ever getting raped? No, no. Like I was telling cats, I think that was something that might have been happening, 7, 8 years, 10 years before I came. It might have been real bad then, but by the time I got to the pen, the whole 24 years I was down, I only heard two dudes who claimed they was raped. And, Rising Knowledge wants to know if I eat at PF Jane. I don't know what PF Jane is. Jaime White says, how may we converse? My email is 16delifemusic at gmail.com. That's 16delifemusic at gmail.com. 16DALIFE music, regular spelling, at gmail.com. Sinead Whitfield. Yeah, I've seen them kind of like arguing with each other. Of course, they try to seem like a united front and keep that stuff out of our, let don't let us see them at odds with each other. But yeah, I've seen it a few times. Salim Yusuf says when my teacher asked me in school in elementary back in what did I want to be when I grow up, what was my answer? Oh, a basketball player. Big Rider. I've never seen a person. He asked me, Larry Young, 88TM, rise and chill, you attention seeking. Rise and chill, rise and chill, rise and chill, you attention seeking. I don't know what he means by that. No, I never seen nobody get put on, man. For the most part, if something like that would happen, they'd take the guy in the cell or take him, in the bathroom or somewhere where into a blind spot where they wouldn't get caught. Jose Munoz said, "Who dudes from other states ride with in the pen?" Well, it all depends. Sometimes some of them kind of get like they may a particular car may take a liking to them, or they may come out here and start hanging, claiming a certain hood, or just chill by themselves. For the most part, like I say, a lot of times non-affiliates aren't people don't mess with them too much. So it just all depends on the individual. SD Flight 88, good looking out, man. He threw up my email. Big Rider G said, "Were you locked up with anybody from Shotgun?" Yeah, I was locked up with a few cats from Shotgun, man. Goldie. I was locked up with my boy Spoon. That's my dog right there. I holler at Spoon all the time. Um, uh, yeah, a few. What is his name, man? I can't remember. I mean, cause Ghost. Yeah, his Ghost. I was locked up with Ghosts. A few cats. Those are the names that come to mind right off the top of the brain. I know a few more shotguns too. Oh, my boy Rock. I think Rock was from Shotgun. Uh, Mikhail G said, "What was the first thing I did when I got out?" Well, I hopped in the car with my mom. She came to scoop me up. I hopped in the car with her, and we rode back to the hotel. My aunt and my niece was there, so then we wait for a little bit till they got dressed. Then we end up going to IHOP. Trick say that's crazy how some of the homies that gets out do better than the others. Yeah, well, a lot of it has to do with the mind state that a person will adapt before he actually gets out. I think one of the good things about having life, in order for a lifer to get out, you have to take these self-help classes. And if a person is honest about change and he pays attention a little bit, some of those things that you can learn and incorporate into your life become a big help. Of course, everything is not necessarily going to help a person, but what I tried to do, I tried to listen to the things that I felt was useful and remember some of that, and the other stuff I felt that didn't apply, I got rid of. But of course, if an individual comes out, he runs right back to the same hood. he runs back to the same homie, same homies, and start running back to the same patterns and stuff. He gonna get caught up. And the bad part about it is when you have when you getting out, when you have a date, which they call a determinate sentence. A lot of cats don't do anything to change their thinking. So that's the bad part about it. Um, Ryan McMullen. Yeah, I've seen somebody get hit with a I've seen somebody get hit with a tray. Hey, pretty soon, y'all, I'm gonna start doing some stories about some of the more of the famous prisoners that I was locked up with, man. I did some time with a dude who was part of the Charles Manson gang. I'll probably drop a story about him. Drop a story about these two dudes who I was locked up with, and they well, you know what? I don't want to give too much of it away because sometimes you never know. Um, I gotta go with Bird, man. I mean, excuse me, Salim Yusuf. I gotta go with Magic, man. They both was tough, man. But I was a Laker fan, and back in my day, I used to hate the Celtics with a passion, man. Now that they got YouTube and this and that and stuff, I've watched more of Larry Bird and have a deeper appreciation for his game. But I still gotta rock with Magic, man. Uh, let's go up here some, man. D7K2 said, "What would you be thinking about when it was time to lock up? In it was time to lock up in time to lock up in. Did he put? Should he meant your cell? You would be in the cell by yourself. Well, for the most part, it was just normal program. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I looked at it like being in prison was a situation that I created for myself, and so I couldn't cry about it. So I just go in there and be chilling, man. I'd go in there, probably grab a book, turn the TV on, because like I say, I never expected to get out. I had life, and when I first came to prison, people with life weren't getting parole. So it was just, to me, it was part of the game. It came with the territory. And so and I honestly think the mentality that I adapted just made it easier for me. Especially the first maybe I'd say I don't know, maybe the first 10, 15, maybe 14, 15 years. At some point in time, I did get tired of it. Being in prison became monotonous because you do the exact same thing for the most part all the time. One day is pretty much no different from the next, with the exception of, extracurricular activities on the yard and when fights break out and stuff like that. But as far as your program, you get up, you go to school or you go to work, you come back, you might go in and change clothes, go outside, play basketball, come in, shower at 3:30, go to the cell, come back out at 5, eat, go to the yard, hang out with a friend, just whatever you pretty much did. It was always just continuous and monotonous. And after a while, that stuff just gets old, especially when you feel, you have no certain time when it's going to end. Being having life, you didn't know. Say for instance, you was only doing, even if you was doing 12 years, you could always mark the calendar. Okay, one more day down, one more day down. But I think that was the one of the worst parts about being a lifer, is you didn't know when it was going to end, if it was going to end at all. And I know a lot of lifers, would always say, man, I just don't want to die in prison. And unfortunately, I've known quite a few. I had two close friends die in prison since I got out. One of them was real close. I would call him my brother, man. And when I got out, I was fortunate enough to go to his funeral and stuff, man. And I had just talked to the dude 2 or 3 days before, and I woke up one morning, I look up on Facebook, and somebody was saying that he passed away. That's something that still kind of like, hurts me to this day, man. He was a real good dude. He was real upbeat, you know. He was another cat. He was in jail for his third strike. So he was another cat who accepted his fate because he knew he produced it. But some of the last few times I talked to him, he was even getting tired, man. He had done probably about 24, 25 years. And, said he was tired of being in jail. He was, tired of just, tired of just being locked up and stuff. And so It was, it was crazy that I looked up one day and he had passed away, man. Now, here's a good question right here from Family First. He says, how do you feel about non-blacks using the N-word so loosely? To keep it real with you, I hate it. It's something that I've gotten more used to, but I hate it because I grew up in a generation where they didn't do that. And even down to this day, I mean, like I say, I'm not holier than thou. I use the word, but I don't use it in front of other races, and I don't use it in reference to other races. And so, to keep it real, now when Asians use it, it don't bother me because I mean we used to kick it so tough with the Asians in there. I mean, I just feel like we basically from the same community. But when I first heard them using it, it kind of upset me because we grew up with certain type of beliefs that people shouldn't say that word, and so and especially the whites, that really just that you know, one day I was and by this time I had been found suitable, so that meant I had went to the prison parole board and they told me I was coming home, and I walked past a white dude. I think he might have been from up north. He was on the phone using it, talking about yeah my nigga, when I get out my nigga I'm a whoop on you or something, and I believe he was probably talking to his brother or a cousin, and man, I wanted to run up in that phone booth and slap the shit out of his motherfucking ass, but I didn't, because coming home to me was more important. But that's something that definitely rubs me the wrong way, man. And like I say, once again, to me, I blame the younger generation because they don't care. And just to me, it's something that they allow them to do, if you ask me. And then Shayna Inc. says, thanks for doing this. It's very informative. Thank you. I appreciate it. And then Salim Yusuf, like I say, I've already answered your question. Definitely got to ride with Magic Johnson. Philip Brown says, what do I think of the new videos from stories? I haven't seen too many of them. But the ones that I did see, I liked them. Actually, I haven't seen a lot of them. I don't. It's crazy because when I was locked up, I used to watch a lot of TV. I used to read a lot, and now I don't do any of that. I used to love basketball. Last year, I only watched one basketball game. That was Game 7 of the NBA championship. So it just, I'm out here. I spend a lot of my free time on YouTube looking at stuff, but I don't watch TV much at all. Big Rider G say, then my big homies, respect, bro. Oh, yeah, respect all the time, man. Like I say, man, your homie Spoon, that's my dude, man. And then your homie Ghost, his initials is KW. That's another dude I have big respect for, man. He was actually Big Rider G. If you go to my video, I don't know which one it is, where I'm interviewing dudes at the Lifer picnic, you will see your homeboy on there, Ghost. He was extremely instrumental in teaching me anger management, man, and some of the stuff that he taught me, I still use it today. And I honestly think that I already know this. If I didn't have life and I got out, I definitely would have went back to tripping and doing things I shouldn't have been doing because you don't really try to change when you're in prison and you don't have to take these self-help classes and stuff. And so some of that stuff is really helpful. And the anger management classes really taught me how to deal with my anger and see things differently. So man, I always have big love and respect for Ghost, man. Rising Knowledge say, did I ever see some ghosts up in there? Nah, I didn't see any ghosts, man. Frankie L. Harrison, that's another good question, man. Have I ever denounced the Crips? No, I won't never say I stood up and denounced them, but I definitely don't believe in gang banging. OG. And that was from Frankie L. Harrison. The filthy fucker LLC says, OG, you was ever down with any USOs? Oh, any USOs? Is that what you're saying? USOs? If that's your question, oh yeah, 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 man, like I say, we got along real good with the Asians, the Usos, Big Cass from Park Village. He's one that comes to mind. Um uh there was another dude in Ironwood named Big Joe that was real cool. It was a few of them. Like I said, man, I ran across so many people. It's kind of hard all sometimes to recall names right off the top of my head. But yeah, most definitely, man. Uh Ulysses Brooks, have you ever did time with anybody from Florida? Yeah, I have. I did some time with a few dudes from Florida. You know, Jaime West, that was my celly T roller. Oh man, yeah, that's crazy, man. Jaime, where are you from? Yeah, that was where was you and where was you and T roll cellies at? That was my guy, man. Uh, Adolph, who got it? Robinson says on a scale of 1 to 10, how are your chances of getting me a one-on-one squabble with you? It just all depends, man. A dot, what's his name? A dot, I don't know. Robinson. On a scale of 1 to 10, how how are your chances of me getting a one-on-one squabble with you? It just all depends, man. You talking about just like a real squabble? Because if that's what you're talking about, your chances is not they not too high, man. I'm not willing to, if I get into a fist fight with a dude, shit ain't no telling what'll happen, man. I might go back to prison for forever. So you want to throw some boxing gloves on or something like that. But now if you just walk up to me and fire up on me, your chance is gonna be a 10. If I'm minding my business and you walk up on me and get off on me, then your chance is gonna be a 10 of getting a one-on-one squabble with me. And I'll just have to worry about what happened later on. How did you react when AIDS came out? Shit, I believe I was probably scared like everybody else. I'm Mexican and okay, gets 187. He says, I'm Mexican and Chale if I say the N word, homie. Well, you know what? To keep it real with you, I mean, now it doesn't offend me like it used to because I just know it's the culture. I know it's the culture, but I think a lot of people just don't understand, especially the older the black dude is. When we grew up, man, that was a real negative word, man. That was a real hurtful word that people they would say the word to try to hurt us. So it was something that was hurtful. And we all have racial pride. We all have racial pride, man, and we all have things that we don't like saying to us. And I know that when people say it, it's not to be intentionally disrespectful, but I'm just keeping it real, just being an older dude, like I'm 50. That was a word, man, that we didn't like other races to say it. And I mean, and then back then in my days too, other races didn't say the word like they say it now. They didn't say it like, being cool and relating to each other and stuff. They said it only to blacks as a disrespectful term. So of course, that word, it has definitely some negative connotations around it, and it has some, some 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 deep hurt behind it. So but like I say now, man, I'm of the mindset now I can't try to control what comes out of somebody else's mouth. You know what I'm saying? And from time to time, I might be at the park working out or walking or whatever, and I'll hear somebody else say it, and I'll kind of look, and a white dude or whatever. I kind of look and because but that's what they do now. It's the culture, so I know it's not no malice behind it, but it is what it is. I got in B Deucey said he got into it with a Mexican from Compton on the Greyhound for saying it, and a black chick thanked me. Yeah, and one thing that kind of bothers me, I still can't see another race refer to a black woman as a bitch. Like I say, I was raised up in the generation where we had racial pride, and so it's just some things, even though I know I can't always, expect people to follow my expectations of them, but still in all, uh yeah. Okay, Jaime White says, See, I'm skipping past a lot of these, man. Okay, Filthy Fucker LFC says you was an L Whopper and hit the bricks. OG. Oh no, I wasn't an L Whopper. You got to keep in mind, L WOP is a acronym for life without parole. You know, I had life with parole. G Foster, okay, that's what's up, man. Willie Wipeout. You got any stories about Pasadena in the pen? Not right off the top, but I may think of some, or maybe have some recollections. Philip Brown, you ever make spreads? Do I make spreads now, or did I make spreads back then? All the time. Not I don't make sandwiches though. But yeah, when I was locked up all the time, man. Pamela States, how you doing? This is Casper, L. Casper. Much respect, G. Just giving you some support from San Bernardino on the Sereno side. Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. Much respect. Okay, yeah, L. Casper from West Side. Oh, West Side Verdugo, possibly. WSV. So excuse me if I'm not getting the right, the right hood, but I believe that's what that is from. Samuel Jones say, what happened to the Purple Passion story? Yeah, I gotta run across one of these older convicts, man, who's more knowledgeable about the dude. Brandon Bowles said he's never been to jail. What is it like? Well, it's not cool at all, man. It's and I honestly think that it just all depends on the individual. The younger you are, if you're out there in the streets, going to jail don't make it no easier, but sometimes it comes with the territory, and if you can adapt to that, then it might be easier. But still, in all, it's still not a place to be. I ain't never seen nobody go to jail and want to stay when they told him it's time to go home. So, oh, okay, okay, okay. A dot who got it Robinson. He said, no, I'm meaning like in jail. Was you pressing everything walking? Oh no, man, I'm pretty much the same individual that I am now, with just less less wisdom and stuff. Like, yeah, if a dude trip, I mean, because it's like, first of all, it's like, what I'm trying to say is, when we grew up in the streets, man, squabbing and fighting is second nature. So I never had a problem I never had a problem with squabbing at all. But by me being smaller, because I went to jail like 5'9", 140 pounds. I never liked bullies. So as long as the person didn't mess with me, I wasn't tripping. But of course, in the event that a person was, then I'm quick to squab. And by me being littler, I never had a problem picking up knives, guns, bats, whatever it needed to do to get a dude up off me. And my uncle used to call it an equalizer. And like I say, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'll give y'all one of these days a story when I caught a sticking in Sat F. So yeah, I'll give you guys a story one of these days, man. What I'm trying to do is, though, I got a partner from Oakland. He was right there when I caught the sticking, and so I'm just trying to hook up with him and have him oh, okay, 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 have him relay his perspective on the story. So I just talked to him the other day. We're always in contact. I'm just waiting for him to come down here, man, and we can get it together. We can do the story and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely give y'all that story, man. And then you have a lot of dudes be talking about, oh man, don't be careful, or be careful, you gonna get indicted. And I don't believe in that shit, man. People forget they have something that's called the dang, I see that thing over here. Damn, I wonder. I see it buffering. People forget they have the statute of limitations, man. So anything outside of attempted murder or murder, you know, they can't. I think they can only go back like 8 years. and stuff and try to charge you with it, in the event they do try to charge you with it. But of course, they're not just to go back to prison worried about a person who didn't got stabbed and stuff. That shit happens all the time. So some people are a little too hyper vigilant. But anyway, I'm gonna definitely give y'all that story. Samuel Jones, I think, did you ask me this question or somebody did? Yeah, I did time with cats from Bounty Hunter. Like I said, I did time with so many of them. It's even hard to name, man. Stretch, the dude who used to do the banging on wax. He called himself Brazy. My boy Psych from Bellhaven. Yeah, I couldn't remember the last time. Psych from Bellhaven. Dude by the name of Maniac. Dude by the name of Big West. T-Thing. Squirrel. Whole bunch of dudes. Oh, Jaime West say he from Bannon. Okay, Jaime West. I think I know who you are. Oh, that's another good question, man. Oh, see, I'm skipping some of the. Do COs get cracked? How often? When you were locked up, did you hear about any female getting cracked in jail? Yeah, from time to time you hear about it. From time to time you would see you'd see the females get walked off for messing with for messing with dudes and stuff. So yeah, it happened from time to time. QP, I definitely agree. He says they don't get the N word thing, and that's the most part. I think a lot of people just don't they don't get it. Like I don't know, some of you guys might be familiar with. I took a trip to Virginia to go visit Banky Pound, man, and just seeing, because me, I do a lot of history, a lot of reading about history and stuff, and so just seeing spots where they actually had slavery, and just seeing in big woods, and imagine slaves out there running, trying to get away and stuff. Some stuff like that is just stuff like that is crazy, and so it's just that sometimes when we haven't been through particular situations, we can't have empathy for that situation. So I get it, man. Oh, yeah, Family Man, gang bang, Tiny said, Tiny. Family Man said, just came from Beaumont and Bannon area, visiting my family. It's growing a lot. Yeah, especially the Beaumont area. It's growing, yeah, it's growing a whole lot. Like I was telling Cass earlier, a diesel ran into the back of me, in Beaumont the other day. So, 2 days ago, tore my back end of my car up and all that old type of stuff. So, rise in knowledge. You ever see some karate kick off in a fight? Yeah, I seen some Asians get into it on the yard one time, and they had some kicking and stuff going on out there. A dude, like I was telling you guys when they jumped, I forget what the name that I used for the story, man, but the dude ran and hit him with a cold kick, man. And my boy told me later on, yeah, the dude was a kickboxer. He jumped up and kicked him with his left foot, then kicked him with his right foot. And yeah, I forget the name of the story. That was one of my first stories that I done. And that's an incident that I'll never forget either. Seeing that dude get jumped. Somebody said Josh Hobbs is East Coast Bloods in West Coast. I don't quite understand what you're saying. Are you saying are there East Coast Bloods in the West Coast prison? Yeah, I ran across a blood who claimed he was from New York, and he ended up rolling it up. I forget exactly what he done, but he rolled it up. Freeway Fred said, "Have you ever thought about doing an interview with Big Hurt?" Actually, yeah. When I first got out, man. Well, not when I first got out, but at some point in time, I sent him an email, but he never responded. But of course, I know, a lot of cats is getting at him and stuff. I seen one of my homeboys. Well, not necessarily my homeboy, because this dude was a blood, but I seen one of my partners who I was locked up with on Big Hurt. And so yeah, I got at him and sent, and this is way before I started YouTube and all that type of stuff. Sometimes I get the feeling that people doing other YouTube shows don't necessarily, if they're doing a prison show, they kind of don't want to interview somebody else doing a prison show. That's just what I get to. That's what I get the feeling. With the exception of my boy Saint Laz. Man, y'all be sure if y'all ain't subscribed to Saint Laz, definitely be sure to subscribe to him, man. That dude got some great stories, man. He's definitely the GOAT when it comes to these prison stories, man. And like I say, his stories up out of New York. So he got a lot of interesting stories, at least to me, out of Rikers prison and a whole bunch of stuff, man. So y'all definitely be sure to subscribe to my boy St. Laz, man. That's ST.LAZ, you know. And then, of course, Banky Pound, he's another real one. Y'all definitely be sure to check him out too, man. Rusty Fingers, hey, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Freeway Fred. Yeah, rest in peace to Slim 400, man. Rest in peace, man. Like I be telling y'all, cats, a lot of y'all, for whatever reason or not, man, y'all don't be messing with my free game Fridays, and that's why I didn't do a free game Friday this Friday due to the accident. I was meaning to get it done today, but I had some other things I had to take care of. But it's a cold game out there, man. It's a cold game out there, man. There's so much snake shit going on. A person got to be a herpetologist, you know. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on, man, and uh, man, you know, the streets ain't what they used to be, man. B Deucey says that N word can trigger somebody, and it's a trip. Gangbang say he been here since 7K. Can't wait to see you on top. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Rusty Finger say God bless you and yours, G. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. God bless you and yours as well. And then back to B Deucey. Yeah, it's a trip, B Deucey. I was reading when I was locked up, right? I was in a I've been Googling and trying to find it and I can't find it, but I was reading, it was an old law and it said, it was down south somewhere. It said that calling somebody the N-word, if that person turn around and commit murder, that basically that word invokes so much passion in a person that that person could be found not guilty of the murder, you know. And I wish I had a wrote the law down just to have it, you know. But so I could remember it and stuff. Christopher Huggins says, "Those are your real teeth, my boy." Yeah, most definitely. It's a trip, right? I had a lot of people ask me about that since I've been out, man. And so, you know, it's to me, it's kind of like, I guess it's kind of like I don't know. It's just it's to me. I wonder why people would ask that question. But then again, once I think about it, a lot of people who I was locked up with did have bad teeth. But you guys got to keep in mind, most people in the pen, they either smoke or they drink coffee or a combination of the two, and that definitely will mess your teeth all up, you know. So okay, and here go Floyd. This is a great question right here, man. Floyd Burris says, on some real shit, bro, what's your biggest life regret? Um, Man, you know what? I would definitely have to say, man, just man, that's a good question right there. And I already know the answer, so it's not hard for me to answer. But just basically, man, removing another human from this earth. You know what I'm saying? So now as you get older, man, and I realize how precious life is. You know what I'm saying? And and then also hurting my family by coming to prison. Not being there for the people who I felt I should have been there for. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it is on that one. That's a real good question though, Floyd. MB, you seen a cat from Dino get KO'd? Oh yeah, man. One of the first ones that comes to mind is a dude by the name of he used to call himself Denzel, and he was from Delman Heights. He was a blood from Delman Heights, but he ran with the LA Bloods. He didn't run with the IE car, and for whatever reason, I believe the dude's name. Well, I ain't gonna put the dude's name out there that knocked him out. I think, but the dude was from Denver Lanes, and knocked him out though. And I'm gonna keep it real. Us brothers from IE, we got a big giggle. It tickled us. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand how people will see, like, okay, say for instance, you have a Hispanic, and he runs with the blacks, I definitely understand how they see him as a traitor and this and that because, to keep it real, when I've been on the yard with a few IE cats, but they choose to run with the LA dudes. And you had a lot of homies on the yard saying, man, I can't wait to get into it with them. I'm going straight for him because we saw them as traitors. How you grew up and you live out here, but you hanging with them dudes, which we felt a lot of them, dudes would hang with LA cats just to try to validate themselves, like saying if I'm from an LA gang, that makes me tougher, which it don't. No individual is harder because he comes from a particular city, but some people thought that if they was aligning themselves with this gang or that gang, it gave them more, it gave them more and more street cred or whatever. So I definitely understand that, man, because like I say, when the dude got knocked out, we love to see it, and of course we didn't go over there and help him because it wasn't our business. That's who you hang with. That's who you hang with. And knocked him smooth out, put him to bed like a Jay Holiday song. The fly girl said, what do California people think about Canada jails or prison? You know what? I mean, I can't, like I said, I can't speak for everybody, but to me, I never gave it any thought. I don't even know if people think about, a Canada jail. I don't even know if that comes to mind. I never thought about it. I never really thought about it because I haven't seen much stuff about it. So, well, Rochelle Moore says, what was a good day for you in prison? Now that I think about it, there was no good days, but back then a good day would be if, I love to if I happened to get a package. When my package came, that was always a good day. A visit, that was always a good day. And especially if sometimes, when you'd go to the store, because we could go to the store once a month and we could get packages 4 times a year, quarterly. Every 3 months we could get a package. But on those days where you would just so happen to go to the store and get your package on the same day, that would be great because you'd have a sale full of food, and you got snacks and zoom zooms and wham whams up in there and stuff like that. But my favorite, if I can say I had a favorite time in prison, my favorite time is just when I used to get visits. They was always great just to go out there and chill with your family and be away from the yard and stuff like that. So anyway, I've been on here. So anyway, I've been on here for a while. I've been on here for a while. So I'm supposed to get off, man. Y'all have a good day, man. Look. Hey, look at this, y'all. I got 142 viewers. That's pretty good for me, man. So I appreciate everybody for dropping in, man. Like I say too, man, y'all definitely be sure to start leaving some comments and stuff when I drop these stories, and I'm gonna start answering your. I'm gonna start instead of well, I'm gonna still continue to do the live, but I'm gonna also make a segments where I'm answering questions and stuff, and so it'll be because a lot of times when I do the live, I'll erase these lives because they don't get monetized and stuff, and so sometimes I answer questions that I think that maybe I shouldn't have said this or said that, but so anyway, like I say, man, y'all definitely have a good day, man. Lakeisha Hollins out of Pomona, how you doing, man? Uh, Key Superfect say I'm asking about his hairline because my aunt came out of jail like that, man. I think shit, man. As you get older, man, your hairline just get pushed back, man. Is my hairline is jacked up? Yeah, that's what it is, though, man. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night, man. Jaime West, much love, homie. Stay safe, man. Y'all stay safe out there.